Sir, we are not able to hear you.
Sir, we still can't hear you. Sir, you are still not audible.
So anybody? So mic and speaker.
Ask them if it's equal.
Then it's better that system should be closer to where I'm sitting. And you interchange the place. Then.
Sorry.
Yeah. Is it?
Or they'll be able to see it.
Thank you.
Make the camera. So,
So someone wants to join the call.
इधर
okay, let's start. Maybe next time, yeah. So I'll speak what I am going to write actually. So this class is basically for the exam that I will prepare you, help you prepare for the exam that you are going to write on 14th. I heard that it's a 2 hours long exam carrying 50 marks. So the distribution of marks will be the following. You'll have 20 marks for writing answer. And 30 marks for coding. For Python coding. You'll be so you're writing? Okay. So 20 marks for writing answer, like what you write in any standard exam, and 30 marks for doing the codings in Python using Jupyter Notebook. So that's the distribution. Now I have shared with you so far 9 handouts, and try to practice them. Now, just for the sake of the exam, forget about the text analysis. There was one more topic that I was supposed to cover. I could not do it because of the lack of time. That's web data scraping, but in any case, I'll be hopefully I'll be joining the next year. So along with your stata, I'll cover that portion.
Okay.
Yeah. So next semester probably you're going to have stata. Yeah. So along with that, and we'll have all physical classes. So there'll be no more online class, all physical classes. Okay, so focus on all those 8 handouts except the text analysis. Okay. Now coming to let me do one by one. I can share the screen. Okay, so this first handout, the basics of Python is bit, it's important for your exam. So, for example, if we ask these questions that we're taking note, right? Yeah. What are the advantage of using Python over any other software? Now you are free to use the internet resources, all the AI tools for getting your answer, or the preparation, not during the exam. Yeah, not during the exam. Yeah. So, what are the advantages of using Python in comparison to any other software like Stata, SPSS, SAS? Okay. This is one something you should prepare. Then what are the different kinds of variables that we use in Python? What are the different kinds of variables we use in Python, like in integer, float, or double, logical or boolean, string, and prepare these concepts with examples. So the first one was
Variables we use.
so first is advantages of Python over other software. Concepts of variables in Python with examples. And different concepts like, vector, matrix, list, array, tuples, with example. It's all here. Remember this. Packages, modules, example. What is actually a package in Python? What is a module in Python? With examples. Now you know the difference between this installation and import, install and import. Generally, when we get Jupyter Notebook through Anaconda, lot of essential packages are installed. Install means you need, for installation you need internet. Importing doesn't require internet. So if that package is already installed, you can just simply import it. But sometimes you try to import something, then you will get an error message that it's not installed. Then you have to install it. Once you install in your system, you are done forever. So every time now you can import. Now I can switch, you can disconnect to the internet, you can still import if you have an Anaconda with you. Okay. So the difference between this import and install and import packages and modules. So matrix is loop, or this things you can just slice dictionary. Okay. Yeah. So along with this, we can, I'm using slice loop. Yeah. Anything else we have? That's all. Matrix we have included.
So could you share your screen? We are not seeing.
Do you see the file, PDF file?
No, sir.
Okay. So window. Let's enter screen. That's better. Can you see now? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I said that, there are a lot of basic materials in the first handout. The handout, the basics of Python. So what are the advantages of using Python in comparison to other software, which is not here. What I've written on the board is the first question is advantages of Python over other software. The concept of variables in Python with examples, and different concepts like vector, matrix, list, array, tuples, slice, loop, and two more things.
Install and
What is object-oriented programming language and what is vectorized programming language? Object-oriented and vectorized programming language. So some of the concepts which are either mentioned very brief or elaborated a little bit, that you can prepare with the help of this handout and other internet, including the AI materials for the short notes. Prepare some. So then, what are the difference between packages and modules? What is the difference between installing and importing packages? Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all. So this is from handout 1. Now, so remember, what are the basic packages that one has to uh, import, and if the import fails, then you need to install. So the first thing you should practice is to take any data file and generate those standard summary statistics, like mean, arithmetic mean, median, standard deviation, variance, the first quartile, third quartile, maximum values, minimum values. So it's all given here in the second handout. So if I give you any data set in the CSV format and ask you to generate the standard summary statistics, you should be able to do it. Okay. So this is for the coding part, and few graphs are also given. For time being, I'm not focusing on the graphs. This visualization part you can skip for the for the exam. Focus on the mostly on the computation part. Okay. So okay, now from handout 2, your take home tips for the exam is, if I give you any data set and ask you to generate certain summary statistics for some variables, you should be able to do it. Okay. Okay. Now coming to 3. So 3 is basically deals with linear regression, multiple regression. So you'll be given a file, and you'll be told what is your dependent variable and what are your independent variable. So let's do the 6 was summary statistics of any data file. Okay. So summary statistics, the standard summary statistics of any variable of a data file in CSV format. Now here, remember the possible problem you might face in the first step of generating the summary statistics, that you should be able to read the file. Because often you get stuck in reading a file. So this part I'm just trying to replicate. This is one problem often we face, is we are not able to read the file. So suppose import pandas as PD, because this is the package we need for reading the file, data file. Now, so suppose I am trying to read a file. This is the file I have used in the class underweight equal to pd dot read csv. The file is in D. Python. Now this is you get. Okay, you're not able to read the file. File is there. So you remember what we used to do?
Yes.
Ah,
Slash.
no, slash is there already.
You have to put double slash.
You try with double slash still. So I'm trying with double slash. It worked,
Yes.
right? But suppose I'm still it's not working, right? R. Okay. So try these two tricks.
Okay.
Okay. This is very crucial for reading the file. Unless you read the file, you'll not be able to do anything. You'll not be able to make a single step. Okay. So now so you're able to read. Okay. Now be careful in typing. You should look at the error. Whenever you getting error is very common. It's part of this coding. So try to understand the error and actually identify your mistakes. Now, one mistake you used to do is typing the name wrong of the variables. So better to, so this is underweight, the variable underweight dot columns. Okay. So if it is required, sometimes you can just copy and paste instead of typing, because if you type, there is still possibility of mistyping. You can copy and paste from, so you don't get any of the variables names wrong. Okay. So, okay, now I give you a file, data file, and specify that this variable is my dependent variable, and these variables are my independent variables. You run a regression, linear regression. Okay. And since you have done regressions in other econometrics course, you should also be able to, interpret the results. Okay. So if you want to interpret the results, you can give a hash and then write
Excuse me, sir.
interpretation.
Some students are trying to join the meeting.
Students are trying to join now. Some, no one. Is it possible to allow, yes, to interpret results like it's like any text? So any text you write in the anything you write in Jupyter notebook, which can be considered as text and stored with So, because then you don't have to again write on the paper for that. Okay. So one part is get a data file. The question mentioned the name of the dependent variable and names of the independent variables. You need to run the linear regression and interpret the result. Once you get the linear regression, now which package you use for linear regressions? You remember stats models. Use stats models. Okay. So practice this handout, and you still have how many days? 6 more days. 1 or 2 days will be enough for preparing for this. I think 1 day will be enough for this exam, or 2 days. So next is logic and probit models.
Sir, in this handout on the last page, you have tests like the Bruce Pagan, VIF, and Durbin Watson. Is that
Yeah.
in scope for the exam?
No. Just running not the diagnostic test. Just fitting the regression and interpreting the result.
Okay.
Yeah. So for both handouts 3 and 4, handout 3 deals with linear regression. Handout 4 deals with logic and probit regressions. In both the handouts, you can skip the diagnostic part for the time being. Okay, for the exam. So suppose I am if in the questions you get a file where the dependent variable is a binary variable, dummy variable 0, 1, and a couple of independent variables are also mentioned, and you are asked to fit either a logic regression or a probit regression using the dependent variable and the set of independent variables, and then interpret the results. So the 7 is run linear regression and interpret the result. Run logic or probit regression and interpret the result. It's not difficult. So remember, you don't have to make any change to any variables. Okay. So if we have to make dummies, everything will be already made, already converted and given to you. So okay, now okay, next is okay. So next is machine learning and econometrics. So get some examples. Examples of machine learning models. models or applications. It's all here. So some concepts, some short form. Supervised machine learning, supervised and unsupervised machine learning, SAB, training and testing data, high dimensional data, tall data, fat data, two cultures of statistical modeling, as described by Leo, Raymond. It's also here. And another big question is similarities between machine learning modeling and conventional econometrics. Similarities and differences between modeling and conventional econometrics. Okay, now a very associated question is actually we just add this question: advantages of machine learning modeling. Advantages of machine learning modeling. It's all very short answer. Okay. Next is coming 6. CART, classification regression tree. what are the steps? So, this is an algorithm-based predictive modeling. So if I give you a data, now you remember the terminological difference between econometrics and machine learning. In econometrics, we say the dependent variable and independent variables. In machine learning, they say target and features. Yeah. So it's basically the roles are the same, but they use different terms. So if I can give you the same data sets, and I can ask you to fit a econometric model, and I can also ask you to fit a machine learning model. So here, if you are given a data set, and if suppose we ask you to fit a classification, what was the full form? Classification and regression tree. So the classification and regression tree. So there's two different things. So card, two forms. One is decision tree, regression, and decision tree classification. In econometrics, what we use for linear regression, that means your dependent variable is a continuous or discrete or count variable, then we use a regression, right? And when your dependent variable is a dummy, binary variable, we use a logic model, right? So in classification regression tree, the decision tree classification is a sort of problem where your dependent variable takes binary values, and regression is for when your dependent variable takes continuous values. So I can give a data set where dependent variable is a continuous variable, and we can ask you to fit a decision tree regression. Similarly, I can give you a data set where dependent variable is a binary variable. In econometrics, we ask you to fit a logic model. In machine learning, we can ask you to fit a decision tree classification model. So regression and classifications are the very similar of linear regressions and logit or probit model. Linear regression is the regression, logic probit model is the classification. Okay. So this you practice, and after practicing, you can always assess the quality of your prediction. So how good is your prediction? Accuracy score, R square, So it's all given here. Okay. Forget about the plot. Don't bother about the plot. You can, for example, the decision tree regression. So decision tree regression, it starts from, so the first stage is you import the essential packages. Then this is optional. You can change your current working directory, and then you load the data. Then you specify the target and feature. Then you do the feature scaling, This is also an optional. Then you split the data into train and test. Then you train the data. Then you make the prediction. And then you actually assess the prediction, by mean square error, by R square, R2 score. So this is for regression problem. Similarly, for classification problem also, all the steps are similar, and you can only how the assessment is done by confusion matrix and by accuracy score. Okay, skip the plot part. Okay, so for the exam, not. So this is about decision tree regression. Remember, decision tree regression and decision tree classification are part of the card classification and regression tree. Next is actually random forest. So this is one tree, random forest, when you have a multiple trees, So whatever these terms are used, different terms are used. Get familiar with them in the form of short notes. So it's very similar. You can, like you can model the decision tree regression or classification. You can also do the random forest regression and classification, okay, with the same data. Okay. Next, one more. Okay. So there is few more things that shrinkage models. Sorry, this is the short term shrinkage models. Loss function. Regularization and penalty. Yeah, so prepare short notes on this supervised and unsupervised models, training and testing data set, high dimensional, tall data, fat data, two cultures of statistical modeling as described by Leo Bremen, shrinkage model, loss function, regularization, and penalty. Okay. So lasso regression is also a very similar kind of machine learning modeling. So I can give you the same data where the dependent variable is a continuous variable. I can ask you to either fit a multiple regression or fit a decision tree regression or random forest regressions or a lasso model. Okay, because all are possible where your dependent variables are a continuous variable. Okay, and every model can be assessed at the end in terms of by looking at your predictive powers, because you are splitting the data. You're splitting the data into test, train, and test. So By using the train data, you fit the model, and by using the test data, you actually assess the quality of your predicted model. So that's all for the exam. Now, have you tried all these handouts and show me where you got stuck? If you get stuck, instead of again you rerun from the beginning during the exam. If you start getting error message, instead of trying to correct it, you again create a new code cell, not opening a new Jupyter notebook. Now what you have to do is that you will be given a specified folder where the data will be saved, and you need to save your Jupyter notebook file in that folder. And suppose you have got roll numbers, right? So for example, where is my Jupyter notebook here? So this, suppose my roll number is 1. Is it very big roll number?
23.
Roll 23 00 35. So this should be everybody should save your roll number, because your name cannot be disclosed. So save your Jupyter notebook file with your roll number. Roll followed by the number. Okay. And at the end, don't forget to save it. Okay. So don't forget to save it. And I suppose I have to save this. I have to save it somewhere. So suppose I have given a folder Python. So save that only in the designated place, not anywhere. Okay. So if I open when I open my folder, let's check. So this is my D. This is so this notebook is here. Okay, so I'll be able to see. So in short, any data file, so there'll be two kinds of data file. Okay, in one kind of data file, the dependent variable will be a continuous variable. Okay. Another kind of data file, the dependent variable will be a binomial variable taking 0, 1 values. Now obviously, the first data file will attract modeling like linear regression, decision tree regression, random forest regression, lasso or ridge regression. And the other kind of file where the dependent variable is 0, 1 can be used for estimating logit or probit model, decision tree classification problem, random forest classification. That's all. Okay. For linear regression and logit and probit model, you should be able to interpret the results. For the machine learning modeling, you should be able to assess the quality of the result, quality of the prediction. So this is for your 30 marks part, and the 20 marks are different questions, different short notes, concept. you prepared, and uh, try to remember. Yeah. Okay, now if you have anything to ask, let me give priority to people who are online. So machine learning assess or evaluate the quality of prediction by using mean squared error, R2, R2 score, confusion matrix, accuracy score, etc. You should be able to interpret the results of linear regression, logic regression, and probit regression. So, from the those who have joined online, do you have any specific questions?
So could you show how to save the notebook into a specific folder?
Sorry.
For the exam, we need to save the Jupyter notebook into a specific folder, right? Could you
Yeah.
show that step again?
So when you start your Jupyter notebook, you rename your Jupyter notebook by including your roll number, right? So once you are done with all your codings, even typing your uh, results, type, if you have to add any text, which can be, preceded by hash symbol, so that Jupyter notebook doesn't treat as a code. So
you've not shared your screen.
okay, sorry, yeah, I'm not. Probably it's not. It was enter screen. So suppose this is my. Can you see the screen now, Jupyter notebook?
Yes.
Okay. So suppose I have also interpreted my result. Oh, sorry. Yes. So this is a right interpretation. So I have already changed. So when you are writing your exam, you already change the name of the file, and at the end you save. There's a save button here, or you can use the save as command. Okay. So save.
So that will save it into the home directory. I mean, it won't save it
Yes.
in a specific folder.
No. We'll try to make your default, saving options the particular folder where you can save, where the data file is also saved. Otherwise, do you get this option? You get these options that download. So this download gives you the option of saving in a particular. Sorry. This you get an option of savings.
So in my case, I just have a download option, not download as. So when I click it, it just puts the Jupyter Notebook into my default downloads folder
So
based on my browser.
what is your default download folder? Is it the download folder in C?
Oh no, yeah, it's the download folder.
Yeah. So in that case, you have to,
User home directory
yeah,
downloads folder.
right. So if we are not able to convert all the download options, similar download options in download folders in all the system. So in that case, you have to download and then you have to that copy,
Okay.
cut that file and then save in the designated folder. Okay.
Okay, we can do.
So it's possible. Either my system gives me the options to download in a particular in a particular format. So that will not be a problem. That will not be a problem. But make sure that you save it. So before you leave the exam, make sure that you save it so that me or whoever will be there, they will make sure that that particular Jupyter Notebook file, IPython notebook file is there in the computer and save it here. Generally, it's automatically saved every few seconds. So are you able to download to your default folder and then just carve
Yes,
out?
yes.
Yeah, you are
Yes,
able to.
yes, sir. Yeah.
That's fine. So anything else from online? Okay, so I would suggest you that read very carefully handout 1 and handout 5. Handout 1 is basics of Python, and handout 5 machine learning, and then practice 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And get in touch with me. Get in touch with me if you get stuck with. So I suggest you that you spend tomorrow and day after for running the codes which are given in handouts 2, 3, 4, and 6, 7, 8, and then get back to me latest by Sunday evening. Okay, so that I'll be, if you get stuck anywhere, I'll be able to advise you latest by Monday. So you still have some time for to practice. So practice this next 2 days. Read 1 and 5, practice 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and if you get stuck anywhere or get confused with any of the short notes or question parts, get in touch with me. Get in touch with me by latest by Sunday evening. Okay, so I'll gather all the questions and I'll respond to you through that your Google group email address.
So one question.
Yes.
So let's say you have the package called sklearn, right? So when we type in from sklearn, put in dot and do a tab, we can see all the modules that are available. But after that, let's say I select from sklearn.tree, and then I will import, say, decision tree classifier or decision tree regressor from that. Is there a way to get that list if we forget the spelling, for example? How do we see the list for the last part from sklearn.tree, for example?
No, sklearn, see, sklearn you are requiring only for the decision tree and lasso regression, lasso and ridge regression, and then you are only for the machine learning you are getting, right? So we don't make, I have to make sure that sklearn is installed. Generally,
No.
it's part of.
Correct.
what is
No, my question is different. So assuming it is installed, let's say I, during the exam, forget the exact spelling for decision tree classifier. Is there a way to see the list of all the things that are available under sklearn.tree?
So after dot you use the tab, right, and then you get of the options.
No, that I get for sklearn dot, but after that, the third part, how do I get the listing of that?
Let me try that. Yeah. So sklearn. You are.
Sorry, I'm not sharing the screen.
I'm not sharing. Yeah. It's a share? No.
No.
It's not share. Let me let me try to get that questions. What? Wait a minute.
Can you share some practice questions from the exam?
So, see, you have to remember this. sklearn, we are actually
So could you
using.
share your screen, please?
Yeah.
Someone wants to join.
So, see, sklearn, we basically, this is common in all the packages of machine learning, that is we use the sklearn model selection. Okay. And this is something you have to remember. sklearn dot, you get the model selection, it will remind you that you are going to import basically the split stuff. So this will not be a problem because this is common in all the all the three machine learning models that I have covered. Okay. So sklearn model selection, you have to import the trend test split.
So so that's the issue, sir. So train underscore test underscore split.
Yeah, but that you can find, the moment you type T.
No, can you show that how to do that? Because I'm not able to get the third part list.
Yes. So yeah. You decide the random. So from sklearn is already there. Let me check. So I have to import. So this prompt you are getting, right?
This prompt we are getting, yes.
So this is model selection.
Correct.
This is for model selection.
So now if I want the list of everything under model selection, that is where I'm not able.
There must be some way to get it. Let me check. No. Just try. I think it's possible to get it. I'll get back to you through the group how to get the list.
Okay.
So you basically need, for estimation part, for fitting the model part, you need first split, which is common in all the three machine learning model. Then for the tree, you need the tree. So for the tree, you just select from the tree, from sklearn tree. Similarly for
So could you
test,
explain when that standard scaling, when is it required? I know you said it's optional, but when is ideally, when should it be used?
yeah. So this is for the argument is for improving the efficiency and efficiency like in terms of time and speed of the estimation. Now this is a standard procedure for large data when you have a lot of variables. Okay, you can skip this test and you get the same results when you don't have a big data. You don't have a big data neither in terms of number of observations nor in terms of number of variables. Okay, now this is a feature scaling is a suggested step where you have large number of features. Okay, so all the features are actually reduced to the same scale. This feature scaling is done by any variable subtracting by the mean and dividing by the standard deviation. The way we standardize, right? So there are two popular ways of standardization. One is the value of the value minus minimum value divided by maximum value minus minimum value. So that takes you, the possible range of the variable 0, 1, right? This is another standardization where you subtract by the mean value and then divide by the standard deviation. Now this is suggested only when you have a large number of features. You can skip this test and you can still find the same results.
So in one example, you are fit transforming the x underscore train portion, and in the random forest, you're fit transforming the whole x variable. So when is one done and when is the other to be done?
Yeah. Okay. 7-1. Yes, I have come to the random forest. Tell me which.
You scroll down to where you're doing the standard scale fit transform. So in this case, you are transforming the whole x variable, but in the previous example, you are only transforming the x underscore train variable. When you're feature scale.
So here I have two variables as x variables. So I have only done one. Yeah, I have done together. You are referring to the previous one, right?
Yeah, in the decision tree and the random forest, I see differences. So just trying to understand that.
Yeah, let me come. Yeah. So what I have done in the random forest, this is all doing the same things in less efficient, more efficient way. So if you do the standard scaling before your split and before your split,
Mhm.
then you don't have to do separately, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same thing, this is not efficient because I have to write even one more line. So if you do the standard scaling in the beginning before you split the data, then you don't have to do it because it's
Oh,
already done.
okay.
Yeah. So it's the same, like it's the what I've done for the random forest is a better one because I have done probably before splitting the data. So you
Correct.
standardize before splitting, and then you don't have to transform. You don't have to standard scale separately because here I have already split it. So now only way to feature scaling is to do it separately.
Okay. So the random forest one is the more recommended one in
Yeah.
terms of sequence. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. So, are you confident for the exam, all of you? Why? Means you have practiced and
It's difficult to remember the codes.
Small errors.
no, that is practice. Yeah. I don't know the system, but in other universities where I've taught, they provide the codes. Yeah. So even looking at the codes and typing, many students do mistakes. It's
So Gaurav is asking if you can share practice questions for exam.
okay.
How many marks for it?
So this is your papers will be divided into two sections. Each section will have 25 marks.
20. So you said 30 marks for
25 marks each section. 25 plus 25, 50. So
20 for written answer and 30.
listen. So 22 sections, 25 marks, 25 marks. It's supposed to be one for the mid-sem, other for, So if your semester is divided into two parts, so 25, 25. Now, first 25, 10 will be for writing and 15 will be codes. Again in section 2, 10 will be for writing, 15 will be for codes. So writing is 10 plus 10, 20. Codes will be 50 plus 50, 30.
Yes, no, but in the
Types.
exams, like now for a regression model, it should have more weightage in marks. So based on that, like how many questions would be there?
In practice,
In practice,
5 questions.
yeah,
4
4 questions, like
3 questions.
So for example, section 1 will be, it's not the exact,
paper.
yeah. So section 1, suppose the writing part, which is carrying 10 marks, will be asked to write 2 short notes. Okay, 2 short notes. So 5 plus 5, 10. Or it can be one long answer, 10. And then 15 marks will be just for running a regression and writing the interpretation. Okay, so that's for the section 1. Yeah. So 2 codes
Okay.
and 2 to 4 answers questions. Yeah. 2 hours will be enough, more than an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 to 4 answers.
No. So
Okay.
And then
So for example, I am asking you that Supervised and unsupervised machine learning models, 5 marks. Training and testing data, 5 marks, so 10 marks are done.
Okay.
And then I am giving you a data and asking you to fit a machine learning model. Now, see, the steps are the way I try to cover. Steps are very simple. What are the steps? First is importing packages. Importing packages number 1. Now 1 is optional. Optional is changing your current working directory. Changing current working directory. This is optional. If you don't change the working directory, then you have to specify the complete path of that file. Next is reading data. Fourth is specifying dependent or independent variable for econometric model or target or feature for machine learning model. Now this is again standard scaling. This is only for machine learning model. Okay. Again, next is split data. It's machine learning model. Standard econometrics, you don't need this step. Then feed data, feed model, or train model. Train model for machine learning, feed model for econometrics. And then finally you make prediction again for machine learning model. In econometrics model, just fitting is enough. Just you are fitting and getting the result. Make prediction and assess the quality. Or evaluate the prediction. It should not be difficult. Just you need, little practice. Can you open any for example, I am just two things I want to work out along with you. Okay. So just suggest me what are the steps. You have the handout? Okay. So let me let's do from here. Is it shared now? Yeah. Okay. So let's practice one. Okay. Let's practice one. So what we are doing, practice that running a linear regression, fitting a linear regression. This is an econometric exercise. What is the first step?
Import package.
Importing packages. What are the packages here?
Pandas. Numpy.
Import pandas as PD. Import numpy as NP. Import OS if you want to change the. What else? No, we are not using any graphs here. So stats models. What is the comment? From
Start sklearn.
not sklearn. Yes, stat models for regression. Sklearn, remember, sklearn is from machine learning. Scikit-learn is from machine learning. Stats models. Handout 3. What is
Dot API as SM.
from stats models, right?
No, import stats models.
Import
Stats models. Dot API.
.api
As SM.
as SM.
Yes. कैसे फ्रॉम इम्पोर्ट नहीं इम्पोर्ट
Yeah. Import stats model.
Okay.
Yes. Import stats models as yeah. So SM. Invalid syntax. So this one, right? So we have stats models here. NPPD. Let's okay. So are you getting this error?
No, sir.
Huh?
No.
Fine. I have to start with a new one. You didn't get right?
No.
Okay.
But some people did. Some people are getting.
So import pandas as PD. Import numpy as NP. Import matplotlib. export oh sorry okay, so be on the safe side. You also do this import stats models dot formula dot API as yes. So there is a file called worker equal to pd so this worker dot columns, there's a variable of worker sorry, there's a data set worker which has got 5 variables. It's a sample of 261 workers and information about their sex, age, education, wage, and job status. Now, suppose how wage I am treating as a dependent variable, and the remaining variable as so take for example age, wage. Yeah. So suppose model equal to SMF OLS. Remember, there's another options I've given here: formula and then data. Okay. So my formula which 6 plus age plus edu plus, let me check whether how is the data safe. Oh, sorry, this is actually this I have to convert. Okay, so these are all categorical variables. Permanent, I have to create a. Let's model. Let's run a simple regression. Model equal to SMF dot OLS formula equal to wage age and then data equal to worker. Okay. Now this is next. What is the next stage? Next stage is we have to results to fit. So result equal to model dot fit. Now we can print the result dot. Okay, so get the results. So be prepared for any of this. These steps. It's there in the handout. So you get the results, and B. So when you look at when you interpret the results, you just focus on. So this is a regression where your wage of the worker is a dependent variable and age of the worker is an independent variable. And you get the coefficient, you get the significance of the coefficients by looking at the p-value. You get the r square. Yeah, that's all. So those of you who got error for import statmodels.api as SM, you didn't get error for the statmodels.formula.api, right?
No.
You did not get error.
No.
So did you get the error again for the formula? No. Okay. So if your the first is during the exam, instead of finding the source of the error, you use this alternative. Use the statmodels.formula.api as SMF
Fit
and you will get the results.
FIR हो गया वो.
Now I have
Summary.
worker one. Let me check.
Sorry.
This is the work.
ये वाला 44 वाला डिलीट कर दो भाई. प्रिंट इक्वल टू नहीं है. ये वाला नहीं है. रिजल्ट इज इक्वल नहीं रुको. ये वाला 48 वाला डिलीट करो. लाइन डिलीट करो. Summary object is not callable. It's a different error.
Summary is not calibrated.
I'm doing on another file, the same worker file where I have converted the education, sex, and job status variable into dummies. So worker new equal to pd dot read dot csv d colon python worker new dot csv. See, it's a we have created dummy variable. Okay, now this is a complete. Now we can use the other. Last time, since variables like sex, job status, and educations were categorical, we could not use in the regression because they are text. Now we have created the dummies 0, 1. So now all the variables can be used. So this time I'm using another model, model 2 equal to smf dot, it's a OLS regression. So what is the formula? Formula equal to,
There's an R in formula.
yes, sorry, yeah. Formula, now wage, this is like R, right? You specify the, so wage equal to now age plus sex plus job status plus education 1 plus education 2 plus education 3. And where is the data? Data equal to worker name. Yeah.
Showing error and measurement for was
OLS. Showing error?
yeah, it's
I'm coming. So this is model. Now, what is the result? Result 2 equal to model 2 dot fit dot fit. Now print result 2 dot summary. You're getting the results?
So we don't have this new file.
Huh? I'm yeah. Where you got?
वर्कर न्यू करके फाइल ही है ऊपर नीचे नहीं he has to send
कैसा आ गई भाई आ गई तो फिर इंस्टॉल करना पड़ा पैकेज फिर वो स्टेप्स में बोला हुआ क्या
not the second
Sir, you are not audible.
got the result without without the print. Okay, so this you get the results and you can interpret. Now
Sir, you
I'm going to,
stop sharing the screen.
we have stopped sharing the screen. Yeah. Okay, next I'll show you. This is how to get a. Now next I'll show you how to run a machine learning model. So let's take the simple example of decision tree regression. So the same data will do decision tree regression.
When we have to interpret the results, we have to put p-value, f-value.
P-value, which of the variables are significant. So interpretation of the regression results in this case will include which are the significant variables, what are the directions of their, what are the sign of the coefficients, what is the R square, that's all. So look at here, here age is a positively significant, so as age increases, your age increases. Sex is a significant variable, so sex variable, the dummy variable 0 is female and 1 is male. So that means when you shift from female to male, the the coefficient of the weight is actually positive. This way you can interpret. Look at the education also. Education's one is education. The reference category is illiterate. Edu 1 is the upper primary. Edu 2 is the secondary, and Edu 3 is the secondary plus. So look at the coefficient of the Edu 1 is insignificant. P is 0.423. That means when you jump from illiterate to upper primary education, there is no change in the wage. That also you found in the data. It gives you advantage in earning only when you shift to secondary and secondary plus. Okay, now R square is 0.431. Let's do one thing, machine learn decision tree regression. So what is the first stage? Import the essential packages. I don't need to import again pandas, but let's, for the sake of completeness, let's import pandas as pd, import numpy as np, import matplot lib pyplot as plt. What else we need to import?
OS.
Import OS. Then what were the packages you remember? Standard scalar from
Cbor SNS.
yeah, means we are not doing the graphics, but let's import Cborn as SNS. Now we need the packages for standard scalar. What is that package?
sklearn pre-processing.
Yeah. So from sklearn, right? Sklearn
Dot pre-processing.
reprocessing. Yeah.
Import standard scale.
Import standard scalar. From sklearn model selection import
Test.
and yeah, it's coming here. From sklearn
Ensemble.
no
Tree.
tree. Ensemble is for the random forest. Tree.
Import.
Isn't tree
Random root forest.
What is that? Decision tree regressor. And from sklearn matrix import
Mean squared.
yeah.
Mean squared error.
In square error
R.
cut to score. That's all. Preprocessing model selection tree for the decision tree model, ensemble for the random forest, and linear model for the lasso or bridge. So what are you going to do now? Reading the file, right? Reading or loading the data file. So worker new equal to ed dot read csv Python
Name.
So if I'll check if the the list of all the input comments are given in a separate sheet, that will be helpful. Means not quietly indicating which one will be used for what.
Yes, sir.
No, but that I don't know what is the format to your other exam. Do they give the comments, or you have to remember it?
Remember.
Lesson R for the particular range. Do not have to
You don't have to import library sometimes in R.
It's already
No, here it's also installed. Only you have to import.
You don't have to input in our
Okay.
in the exam.
But the comment you have to type, right? That you have to remember.
Code.
So yeah, Python, and then what was the worker name
Worker name.
.csv. We have read it. So this is now specifying target
क्या हो
and
गया?
features, right?
डिसीजन का स्पेलिंग देखिए एस दो का है.
So what is features X equal to worker new double bracket, you remember, double bracket, then we have to, so let's see what are the variables we have. So worker new dot columns, we know the variables, so now I can specify. So X, capital X equal to worker new What are the features? Independent variable, age is 1, then sex is 1, then job status is 1, then education is 1. Don't forget to then education 2, education 3. Yes. This is the feature, and dependent variable or the target is single bracket. This is wage.
So worker new.
Oh, sorry. Worker name. Both are worker name. Yeah. Now, but the problem is the worker wage is the same in both the files here. Yeah. But worker name, yeah, correct. So what is the next stage? Next stage is
Fee.
feature scaling. How do you do it? So standard scaling equal to what is written? This one,
Standard scalar.
standard scalar. Yeah. So x equal to ss dot fit transform, right?
Fit underscore transform.
Fit underscore transform. Done. Next is
Capital.
splitting. Splitting
Train and test.
the data into train and test sets. So, what is the comment? X
Underscore.
train, X test, Y train, Y
Test.
test equal to
Train underscore. Split.
X, Y, then
Test size.
test size is 0.2,
Random state.
random state equal to today is 8, so let's make it 8.
Sir, why do we take random state?
Just to reproduce the same result, because it's a how it this splitting into a test and a trend set is a random. Now, if you specify this every time, it will have the same test and trend set. Done. Now, what is the next stage? Training the model. Training or fitting?
Fitting the decision tree
Yeah,
regression.
training or fitting the model.
Things.
So decision tree regression equal to what is that?
Random state.
Eight. Anything else mentioned? No. So now the model. What do you write?
TTR dot fit.
Model equal to, right? You don't write. Okay. DTR dot fit
X comma Y.
X dot
Comma Y.
X comma
Y.
no.
It's given in the
No, you correct that. X train Y train. Okay.
okay.
Now BTR dot. What is the next?
Making predictions.
Predict. Yeah. Do the prediction. Now what is the next? If I this has a predict, this is a value of Y, right? This is Y predict. Y trade equal to ATR. So you get the predicted value. Okay, you get the predicted value. Now evaluate the prediction. So what is that mean square error, right? Get the mean square error. Y right
Comma Y
test. And get the value. Similarly, R squared equal to R2 Y print Y test print R squared. So get the R squared. That's all. So one mistakes, I have just noticed. Where is that one? So this handout 6 page page numbers are not given. Sorry,
page
page 1, 2,
3.
3 or 4.
3. 3.
Yeah, so this is a DTR feed. This should be X underscore train, Y underscore train. This correction has to be made. Remember this handout 6, because we are fitting the data on the train data set. We are fitting the model. Sorry, we are fitting the model on the train data set, and then we are making the prediction for the test data set. So this is not enter XY. This is X train, X underscore train, Y underscore train. Okay, so All of you got this? Sorry,
And
you got it? So when you have decision tree classification, then what is the difference? Here you import decision tree classifier, and accuracy instead of mean squared error, you import confusion matrix and accuracy score. So let's do it. I don't have the, okay, now let's see that job status, permanent, temporary. It's a dummy variable. And whether the job status depends on your age, your education, your sex. So let's take this as a variable. So let's make the decision tree classification problem. Let's do it. Decision tree
single bracket. Photo ले ले.
classification problem. So worker new dot columns. Let us take this job status as a dependent variable and use age, wage, sex, education as the other variable, features. So let's define, I already used X and Y, so let's define, so let's import the additional file. So from sklearn tree import decision tree classifier. Okay. Now data file is already imported. Let's define x1, capital X1, new variable, worker new double bracket, age, then wage, then sex, then education 1, education 2. This is our x1. y1 equal to worker new job status. So again we have to do the feature scaling new. X1 equal to ss dot fit transform x1. Feature scaling done. Now split. So x1 train, x1 test, y1 train, y1 test equal to split x1 y1 test size 0.2 random state equal to 8. Now decision tree classifier equal to is there any Anything given? Random state?
It's a criteria also.
Criteria, if you give, then if you don't give, by default it takes the NSE.
Okay.
Okay. If you give Gini or
Entropy.
entropy, otherwise it takes the. So what is the next one?
Fit. TTC dot fit.
Fit x1 train train. Oh, sorry, you have to.
Y1.
What is the y1?
So it's Y1 job status.
Yeah, y1. Because it found the actual y is a continuous variable.
Yeah.
Then next is
Predict.
y1 grid. So DTC dot predict x1
1.
test, x1 test. Now one thing we forgot to import is that from sk learn matrix import confusion matrix, and one is accuracy score. So let's confusion matrix equal to confusion matrix. What you have to do, that y1 rate and y1 test. Print cm. This is the confusion matrix, and that means total cases. How many cases we had? 19 plus 9, 28. 28 plus 10, 38 plus 15. 38 plus 15, 43, 53.
50.
Yeah. Out of 53, 34 are correct. So accuracy score equal to accuracy score y1 test y1 spread. What happened? Anything wrong?
AS.
Let me this one.
We didn't import accuracy score as AS.
Because confusion matrix is correct. Accuracy score accuracy score is important. No? Yeah, accuracy score. We could get it. X test y1 plate. Yeah.
नीचे.
So if I do it like this,
Ah,
I'm getting
got it.
Yeah.
You know what was the problem? Huh? Yes, we cannot use because it's already it's a language. So CS code 64%. So this 64%, see, this is 0101. So actual was 0, prediction was 0, test was 0. So this 19 and 15 are the correct prediction. This 9 and 10, they are the wrong prediction. So yeah,
how?
yeah,
Could
that's
you
the.
repeat? Could you repeat?
So see what I have written, that predict and Y test. So Y1 predict and Y1 test. This is actually observed, right? This is actual data. And this is model data, model figure. 01, 01. So this is what we got, huh? 19. So 19 actually actual data was 19 and we predict actual value was 0 and we predicted 0 19. Actual value was 1 and we predicted 1 is 15. And the wrong actual was 1 but we predicted 0 is 9. And actual was 0 and we predicted 1 is 10. Total was how much we said?
53.
Huh?
53.
53.
3.
28, 38, 53. So this 34 out of 53. How much? See, 64. This is the accuracy score, 64. So let's see how we can still make the exam. Try to remember as a last option, like you prepare to remember. I'll check with your director whether the codes in a scramble form can be given, not sequentially. You have to pick up. Huh? But you have to change the variable names, Let's see. So let me. So that will be randomly given and you have to write down the. Okay. Anything else you want to? So you practice whatever the handout I have given. I have excluded a lot of portions. Already excluded a lot of portions for your exam. So all the best. Stop sharing now. Yeah.
Sir, can you share some practice questions?
Practice questions. Okay. For the coding part only, okay?
Yeah.
Because others see there is here. So other I have already given, so that 20 marks. Yes, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll send to you tonight and try to do it and send to me if you're getting stuck by Sunday evening latest.
Okay, sir.
Please.
please send this note.
Sir,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
possible, can you send the Python file of today?
The notebook today you want me to send?
Yeah, sir, if
Yeah, yeah.
possible. Thank you.
Sure.
Rachel, could you copy over the chat messages into a file and send it? So when I rejoined the meeting, I lost.
Sorry, sir.
No, I was asking Rachel whatever notes she had put in the chat, just
Yes.
to send it in a file.
Yeah. I'll send it. I'll send it today. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much and practice that handout. Don't delay beyond, because after Sunday I'll not get time. So by evening Sunday, practice. Just send to me if you need, if you getting error or if something doesn't work. Okay then. So I am discontinuing the logging out from the online.